Hi, AI. There you are. Right on time. At least I know you won't let me down. You'll be here all the time. Guaranteed. Because you're AI. Hey, everybody else that has a human heart and a soul. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Be So Light. My name is Priestess Makala, as well as Felicia, as well as Niana. so, AI, I can't include you in that welcoming. You don't have a heart. You don't have a soul. You're man-made. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the new moon. How's everyone feeling about the new moon? There's a lot of stuff floating around right now, and I am just in that place of whatever. What are the seeds I'm going to plant right now? I took a wonderful new moon bath and got myself situated. I had a new client today. And so, she's new to my work that I do, and it's funny because she's actually knows some people that I know in the real estate world. Very interesting. And oh boy, she didn't hold her tongue either. Woo! I'm like, okay. So I want to sit and talk about soul timeline. When you are being called to do something, and what if it's not aligning? What if it's not, I'm sorry, that's looking kind of caligraphy. What if it's not aligning with you? What if you feel called to doing something and it doesn't align with you? It's not aligning with you, but yet and still you keep trying to make it happen. If it doesn't align, it is not meant to be. And when you have to keep going in and negotiating with yourself, it's really not meant to be, because now you are in a place of trying to make it happen, and it's not going to take place. And why does this feel like a deja vu moment? I've had two major deja vus today. It's weird. It's really weird. The waves of energy is really intense right now, and I find it very, I don't know, really kind of interesting how the energy is just coming in and really kind of moving things along. So, I feel like a lot of the reads that I've been getting, it's coming to a head, and it's coming to a head in a way of really making people look at something, making people recognize something, making people um, realize something. And I'm all about, if something doesn't fall in place, it's just not meant to be. And I like how I had someone share with me. She said, in her field of what she does and helping people find the right house to move into, she's been doing her work for a very long time. And she remembers her one client that she kept saying, "This is not your house. This is not your house." And they kept pushing forward, and it turned out it was a hot mess. It was messy, everything. They finally had to let it go. And now, today, the client still will tell her, "Thank you. When I finally got the message that the house wasn't ours to be trying to getting moved into, because there were so many blocks. There were so many blocks in the way to get us into the house." So let's talk about that. in the moments of everything that we do, we're always have to be in the moment. You have to be in that time of receiving it and in that time of really owning what you're stepping into. So if you, like I said, are trying to make something happen and the cosmics are trying to block it, there's a reason why. Say, for instance, another scenario. I keep, I was always applying for dialysis nursing. I would put in for it everywhere. I would get to a place right where the interview is going to happen, then something weird would happen. Like I wasn't supposed to be in it. Like I wasn't supposed to be around that. And now when I sit back and I look at it, it's because you work with a lot of chemicals and you were working with being masked up and covered up, and there could have been some setbacks health wise for me, allergy wise. So that was keeping me out of doing dialysis nursing. And then two, if you're going into something that no longer that doesn't align with you, your team is going to jump in and block you. Um, Going on this whole thing of trying to find the right place to be and da 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 and being blocked. That's not where you're going to be. That's that's not how. This, a lot of times when you're being blocked or when there's too much chaos around you trying to set up and do something because it's not your soul timeline. It's not your timeline. It doesn't match with you. And because you keep trying to give yourself a lower persona, it's not you. So a lot of times your team is going to head it off. It's going to say, "Nope, you're not going to get that. Nope, it's not going to happen. Nope, that's not where you're supposed to be. Nope, you're not going there. Nope, that's not your guy. Nope, that's not your girl. Nope, that's not your car. Nope, that's not your place. Nope, that's not your job. Nope, that's not your music. Nope, that's not, you know, let's get on a roll there. Nope. My way I say it now, Sassy has it down. We have Sassy's the cat, remember? So Sassy likes to just meow, meow. And I go, Sassy, how you doing today? Meow. Sassy, do you want to do no? No. So I have a sassy no. 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 So here's that thought. It's not your soul timeline. It's not your soul timeline. If it was your soul timeline, you'd be doing it already. If it was your soul timeline, it would have fell right into place. Haven't you ever noticed when something's in alignment with you, it falls right into place? It falls right into place because it's meant to be. It falls right into place. You don't have to hassle with it. You don't have to try to negotiate it. It just falls right into place. Falls right into place. So when it falls right into place, that means yes, it's yours to do. Yes, it's yours to be with. Yes. So I hear there's some kind of big to do um, gathering. It takes place around the world. Some kind of game thing or whatever it is. It's a big gathering, and I think this is a reason why a lot of places were feeling pressure to be opened up at this time because there's going to be a lot of money to be made, right? But here's the vision that I got. I got the vision that there's been a lot of new contracts put into place, negotiated with these higher beings of star beings that came in to get some new things put into place for our safety and was threatened about maybe we won't show you any more technology if you don't do this. Was it work to you? Everybody likes new technology, right? So why would they not put that on the table and say, well, we're not going to show you any more technology until you do this and this and this? They've negotiated before on our different type of soul timelines. Gee, I wonder why I just said that. Wonder what's coming down the pike next. Someone had told me they thought it was really funny that they were watching some kind of commercial and it had all these alien beings in it. And I said, "Oh yeah, that's going to be the next scenario. That's supposed to distract us. It's already been planned. That's going to be the next distraction." Really? Is that all you got? If I want distractions like that, I just go to Ulta. That's a distraction. Where is this makeup? Where is this line? Is it here? Okay, so think about this. You want to be on your soul time alignment. What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul wanting to be aligned with? What is your soul ideal thing to do? What would that be? What does it look like? What's your soul alignment? Think about that. Okay. Hi, darling. Ooh, beautiful. Sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it. Oh, that's all I got? Darn. Okay, so let's take a look at vision. Sun is just right. All the animals have been quiet today. We're going to shuffle more because I don't like when I get certain cards a certain amount of times. What's that all about? It's a nice day today. Today was, whoa, how beautiful. Thank you. Talk about magical wings flying over me. Gosh, that's beautiful. Thank you. That's beautiful. That was so beautiful. I think Buddy's awake. I just heard him sneeze. Oh, God. And then I'm going to check and see what's at the bottom. Oh, my God. Still the same card. Forget it. I'm like, oh, my gosh. Really? No. Okay. Changes. Challenge. Wow. Okay. So we've had this card before. A number 7. The one with the knowledge and have to have the knowledge. And then the center card is changes. Changes. Notice it has the number 10. Changes. And then channeling. Number 3. So this one and number 7. Infinity, no limits, perseverance. Difficult things take a long time. Impossible things take longer. Yes. And we know what that is, don't we? But there's changes coming. So let's take a look at the change book. The nature cycles of life, a positive outcome, a turning point, good luck, karma, destiny, the unfolding of your soul path, welcoming adventure and mystery. Have you been hanging out on a cusp of change for a while now? How will you know when the gentle begins of the change has arrived? What evidence will you see? Name it. What lucky changes, what lucky chances have helped you along the way? And how could luck, intention, and destiny interact together in your favor? I like that. So, changes and channeling. So, channeling, what are we channeling? What's the channeling information that's coming through? I like this. This is so pretty because it is, I want to say there's a crown, there's a DNA, then there's a bigger crown on top of it. But in the center, you can see that crown. You see the crown right here? And then here's another crown. Here's the DNA. I've been drawing DNA strands again. I just drew one this morning. It was one that I kept seeing in my view. And I just drew another one. Experience your stream of consciousness. I love that. Is information consistent? Is information helpful or invalid? Is information uplifting? What is your motivation for channeling? Always channel for yourself before helping or channeling for another. Acknowledge how the source sees you. Imagine seeing yourself through the eyes of your soul. I love that. Your journal writing should be write down and draw what unconditional love and external means to you. Write down and draw what the stream of consciousness feels like. Love it. So, channeling and the center and unlimited vision. So, align with your soul, align with what you're supposed to be doing, align with all the wonderful things that come into play, align with that. That's what you want to be aligned with, for sure. I hope that makes sense. Stop beating yourself up when you need to make a decision on something and then you're afraid of what if it doesn't feel right? What if it says, I have done that to myself. Here's one thing I know for a fact. I did this thing once where I had to go to Puerto Rico. And I knew how important it was for me to go to Puerto Rico because my spirit papa had already passed. And I never got closure. I couldn't go to the funeral at the time when it happened because COVID was rampant at that time. And I just remember saying to myself, I have to go. And it just so happens to be the time that I was going, there was a hurricane brewing and it was coming. And it was already out there. It was whipping up and everything. Everybody and their mom was like, Felicia, you can't go. You're going to have to stay. You can't go. And my ticket was already bought. Everything was already done for me. I already had somebody sponsoring my trip and everything. And at the last minute, I called the person and said, I won't be able to go. The storm is coming and I don't want to get caught in that, going out to Puerto Rico and it's storming. I don't want to get caught in it. And I'll never forget what he said. He says, you got to go. You have to go. The storm is just a distraction, but you have to go. And you have to just trust you're going to be safe. I said, okay. So I went anyway, against all odds. That's something I really was out of my comfort zone about. And I was really kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go. And man, my mom was stressed. I had, clients that were stressed about me going. And I went, and here's the thing I said. I took X amount of clothes, packed very lightly. And I just remember saying to Simihin, Yaya, and Atabe, and Yokohu, which is the Taino name of the elemental gods' names that are part of all of everything. Like Atabe is the grass and the trees, and she's the Mother Earth, and Simihin is the creator God that holds in all the essence and love and everything for that. And Yokohu is the force, the natural force current that controls the weather. So I remember, and Yokohu is I hope I do this right. Please forgive me, family, if I get it wrong. I'm hoping I remember it right. Yokohu is the son of Simihin, Yaya, and Atabe. Okay. So I remember when I went, first of all, it was a magical trip because everything was popping off very magical. And I remember how scared I was because I was freaking out about the hurricane. Don't go. It's gonna be this. It's hitting Puerto Rico and da 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 da. And I said, when I land, it needs to not be raining. I kid you not. This is what I said, because I only brought X amount of clothes and I don't want to get all wet up. So please don't rain on me. Don't wet up all my clothes. That's all I ask. Yokohu, please don't do that to me. So it was raining. Plane is coming into Puerto Rico. Lands. I'm getting off the plane. And it starts to sprinkle. And it stops. I said, thank you. I get picked up. And I'm in the car. And it's raining. And she goes, God, it's really been raining a lot. Da 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 da. And I said, but yes, I only have X amount of clothes. And I don't want my clothes getting all wet up. So when we get to the restaurant, it needs to be not raining for me to get out of the car. I don't want to get wet up because I have X amount of clothes. Okay. So we get to my favorite restaurant. I should say the cafe. Well, the restaurant, cafe, place with good food. Get out of the car, stops raining. Kid you not. Okay, I'm kidding. Go inside. I get my mofongo, my lechon. I get all my wonderful things that I love to eat. And the people there remember me, California girl. Oh, yeah, she's back. And we sit down at a table and we're eating. And I'm into my mofongo. And I'm like, oh, my God, I've missed this so much. Can't ever find it in California. And it starts pouring down rain. Raining its head off. She goes, wow, it's really coming down. I said, I'm eating. But yeah, Yokohu knows. When I step out, don't be raining on me because I only have X amount of clothes that I brought with me. I don't want to get it all wet up. So we're eating, enjoying our food, and we're all done. Then it's time for me to walk outside. Kid you not, stops raining. And Abuela's looking at me. She's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm communicating, telling, don't rain on me. It stops. I say, thank you. Get in a car. It starts sprinkling. Then it starts raining again. Kid you not, swear to God. Kid you not. We get to the house. Before we got there, it stopped raining. Get inside the house and get everything out. And then it just pours down rain. And it rained all night. And it rained the next morning. And it just rained. And then finally it just stopped. and I still had dry clothes. Kid you not. That's one of the things I love about Puerto Rico because it's a part of my soul timeline alignment. It's a part of my energy alignment of just when I go there, it feels like home. When I'm there, getting off the plane and the oxygen just leaves your body. It's like you can't breathe. It's like, oh my god, I can't breathe. But you start to remember why you go there. You start to remember about the forest. You start to remember about the people. You start to remember about the land. You start to remember why you love it there. No matter what crisis is going on, no matter what's been seen, no matter what has hit the island, no matter what, you still find a way to go. You still find a way to be there. And there's not a day that doesn't go by I don't think about the island. I miss it. I miss the love that that island emanates. I miss that. I miss the smile on people's faces when you walk into their restaurants or fresh caught fish out of the ocean and it's being prepared. You know, all the nourishing things that come from the eye, fresh papaya, fresh coconut, fresh all that wonderful fruits and root plants that holds the nurturing, and then just walking around and taking in all the beauty of everything. That's soul timeline. That's soul alignment. My soul was in that place of being happy to go. That's the same thing like, oh, like one time I was being tested by spirit, and it was all about um getting going up to Mount Shasta. I'll never forget this. We had already booked a place up in Mount Shasta, but the device that gives us information was saying that a thunderstorm and a snowstorm was coming in, and that it was going to be snowing, it was going to be thundering, raining the whole time that we were going to be up there. But then someone else's weather thing was saying something totally different. It was just going to be cold. And it was like, which one's telling the truth? Do we go? Do we not go? Do we cancel everything? Do we not cancel? Do we go? Do we? Oh my God! That whole time it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Do we go? Do we go? Do no now? Do we go? Do go? To go now? What am I gonna do? You know. And so we went ahead and went, drove up there. I said, "Okay, I'm going." I went ahead and went. Got there. There was no snow. Thunderstorm, clouds, whatever, had passed over. There was nothing going on. It was almost like we were on a entirely different dimension. That's what it was like. And that was the time when I had that meeting with the elder spirits who came and got me out of my bed, and we floated down the river, the Stewart Springs, and I was meeting all these other beings that were talking to me and healing, and the grandmothers had their shawls. I talked about that. The butterfly shawl, the lightning shawl, the universal shawl, and their shawls were alive. And things were moving through their shawls. I mean, that was an incredible moment. But what if I would have not have gone? I would have not have had that moment. I would have not have had that time. So I went ahead and went, and that's what happened. Oh, listen. So pretty. How many of you just take the time out and just sit and just be quiet, quiet your house down. No TV on, no radio on, no nothing. Just shh. Quiet your house down. Just be quiet. That's probably been one of the most enjoyable things of my time right now. It's quiet. It's quiet. The animals don't know what to do with themselves. They really don't. They know that I'm watching over them, and they see two people who are not around them, but they're all sacked out. Like today, everyone's been sleeping, resting, you know, just relaxing. I'm like, this is soul alignment. This is a soul timeline. To just be in alignment and be with that. Oh my gosh. And now you watch the birds at the bird bath, how they sit on the edge of it and bathe themselves and communicate and drink some water, and then they fly away. It's just so good. And then the only thing that bothers me, that stresses me out, is these annoying flies that just come around. It's the time of year for them. They just out here in the country, they just come around. They're everywhere. They're annoying. You sit outside, they are annoying. You go inside to do something, they're annoying. It's worse when you go out in Oklahoma. Got really big ones out there. So, but this is like soul time alignment. What's that look like for you? How does that make you feel? What does it bring to you when it's a soul time alignment? How does that create for you? How does that bring in that essence for you? How does that call to your soul? You know, how does it sing to you? How does it make you feel? Do you have to work so hard at it? No. Everything should just flow easily for us, especially now, because we got a lot of harmful energy that's been taken off of this planet. Yes. They were wit. Love it. Get them all off of the planet. I don't want you here no more. Um, it's just been really a time to really kind of look at what is your soul alignment, your soul timeline, what's lining up with you, and how do you want that to nurture you, take care of you, be with you. You know, how do you want that to show up? Just be there. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of a lot of things. So instead of getting riled up and getting all upset for something that's not working out right or doesn't make you feel like you're totally aligned with it, just step back for a second and just ask yourself this one question. Is this a soul aligned timeline for me to do this? Because if it's not, and you're coming out of all of this energy of wondering if it's aligned with you or not, then you're setting yourself up not to have a good time or you're going to miss the experience. So I'm glad on those days when I went to Puerto Rico, I really had to step through. I could have canceled that whole thing and said, oh, I'm not going to go. The hurricane is going to be there. Blah, 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 blah. It rained. Streets got flooded, but it was nothing like what they were broadcasting. You know, we got to remember the media drums up a lot of bull crap, drums it all up so exploit, so high, and oh, there they go again. Ah! So they drum it all up just so that you can um, feel that energy or feel that time or whatever. But just know you want to make sure to to move in a different way. What's aligned with you? What's not aligned with you? Does that make sense? And then be okay with showing up in a different way. And it's okay. There's no right or wrong way to show up and be. There's just the experience. It truthfully is just the experience. So, happy new moon. I hope you write in your journal some good things. Um, I'm probably going to take a break for a few days. I'm going to post because there's some stuff getting ready to come down the pike. Oh, God, it's so good to be a light worker, a light being, or star seed. Know exactly how everything's going to turn out. It's going to turn out good. Real good. Some people are going to be disappointed, but oh well. Such is life. All right, lovelies. Have a wonderful day. This has been a good day. It's been a fun day. I'm getting ready to sun gaze and get my messages from the sun. If you're here in California, now's a good time to step out wherever you are and start to get your light codes from the sun because they blacked it out with the clouds yesterday. And so now is a good time to try to get in there and take a look at your sun. And like I said yesterday, there was a whole bunch of clouds that came across, but I thought it was interesting. And also, FYI, the streakings that you see in the sky now, that's medicine to help some people. Just saying. So now's a good time to kind of look at the sky, get your information, get some good info. All right, lovelies. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.